Adrienne Jones, and I am assistant professor of political science at Morehouse College. I teach American government and law-related courses like con law and race and law, and I serve as the pre-law director. And in that capacity, work on sending kids to law school from the House. We are in our state in the midst of early voting for what are, again, highly competitive races that will impact the balance of power at the federal level. Early voting runs from May 2nd to May 20th. And right now, the most exciting races are primaries between the Republican candidates for governor. Probably people are into lieutenant governor, and then, of course, Secretary of State. Very recently, of course, this leaked draft from the Supreme Court has thrown a big issue into the race about whether or not our state and others will have an abortion ban. And, this is an interesting issue because 70% of Americans agree that abortion should be available in some form. Some of those people are outright, just make abortion available. Some people are interested in abortion with limitations, but nonetheless, the majority of Americans are not anti-abortion. And so there's a question now about how that's going to land with Republican voters since at the federal and state level, the GOP is talking about extreme bans as opposed to flexible ones, and where both Democrat and Republican voters are interested in that option being available for women, families, and communities. Stacey Abrams, who will be the Democratic standard bearer for the governor's race in Georgia, and Reverend Warnock have both reaffirmed their support of pro-choice policies in the state and nationwide. And Stacey Abrams has actually taken time off of fundraising for her own races to help fundraise for pro-choice institutions in order to give them a leg up in what might become a very complicated election where abortion is at the center of the policies that are being discussed. And of course, because so many Americans support abortion, it's going to make the races interesting. Governor Kemp hasn't yet indicated that he would support an absolute ban, although we know that he did support, of course, the 2019 passage of Georgia's HB 481, which limits access to abortion to 6 weeks. At the same time, Perdue is arguing that if he becomes the governor, we will have an absolute ban, as have some of our national GOP representatives indicated that they would be interested in an absolute ban on abortion nationwide, which of course would mean that the Supreme Court decision that would now allow states to control whether or not they allowed abortion wouldn't be allowed if the GOP at the federal level decided that they would pass a federal ban on abortion. So it's a live, important issue right now, and I think very relevant to this current election cycle. Morehouse people, our community, and our families, please get out and vote, get out and volunteer. We as Black people in particular want to be participating beyond the ballot box, especially now where democracy is certainly under threat.